Hello, I'm Clayton. Thanks for joining me. Just kind of wanted to look at these parts that I pulled off that mongoose. Directly in front of me is the front hub, the spokes, and some other stuff, the chain, and whatever else I pulled off of it. We're just gonna look at it, see what we got here, and we'll start with the hub since it's right here. Well, not super damaged. The paint, of course, is pretty smoked, but it's not cracked or bent. There's no huge gashes on the side. That'll strip, no problem. The paint will strip off and powder coat with pretty much no issues, as long as I get all that grease out of it and it doesn't leak out when I cook it. The axle in the front wheel. Not excited about that one. So not excited that I'm not even gonna clean it. That's what I'm talking about. And there that axle will sit, probably for eternity. A couple other parts. All the bearings look good. I'll throw those in rubbing alcohol too. Guess I can count them. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 9 aside. I'm not sure if that's the right number or not. They don't look damaged. They look really good. No flat spots. None of them are broken. I mean, that I can see. They're covered in grease, but what I can see, they look fine. These look fine. All the threads look good. Those will clean up. The inside, yeah, all the threads look fine. The inside is like even kind of shiny. Those will look good powder coated. Same thing, all these spacers right here. All this shit will get powder coated. I'll just use like a wire brush and scrub it after I let it soak in rubbing alcohol for a while. Another spacer. Oh no, not a spacer, a race. This one's the bearing race. That's where the bearing sits. And it's got a dust shield on it. That's what that little thing is right here. It's a dust shield. It'll just slide off. Well, maybe not just slide off. You might have to tap it. I don't want to damage it, so I'm not messing with it. Bearings need to go in there. One spoke I broke out of the front. I don't know if you can see it. I broke it. There's no threads. None. Yeah, broke every thread off of it. 1 out of 48 broke. Chain really isn't bad. It's just kind of rusty. It's been sitting outside a while. I'm just gonna bag it and call it a day on that. So I don't want to try to mess with this end right here, either end. So I'm gonna have to push that link out, or that pin out, so I can get that broken link piece out. I don't want to do that, so into a bag it goes. Brake parts. I got it. Oh, am I a dummy or what? I got it right. Brake parts. Here's a spring. Seat clamp. That's cool. It's aluminum. It's got the little ridge on the top. That's a nice clean look on a bike. Not particularly expensive, but you gotta have one or your seat moves. Bolt looks fine. Probably paint that too. Maybe not. It's pretty shiny. Fork race. Threaded. Oh no, this one isn't threaded. This one's the bottom fork race. Another probably brake part. Bearing. Looks fine. Case is still intact. Not all bent out of shape. Fork bearings are 1 inch threaded. There's the top piece of the fork. There's the top race. There's like more brake parts. A spacer. I think it's the fork lock ring. That thing goes on top of this. Top race. And then the locking ring, I think. And then the top piece. Where that went. I don't know where it went. It's the second spacer. The third spacer. Ooh, this one's probably the bottom. Yeah, this one's a little bit more beat up. A lot more water gets on the bottom. Another bolt. Stem bolt, maybe, probably. A couple more bolts. stem bolts. Looks like one of those hollow bolts, the one for the brake. That isn't damaged. They're usually aluminum. They're easy to tear up. Yeah, this one looks fine. Brake piece. The stem bolt. I think we can classify that as a stem bolt. See the quill piece that hooks onto the wedge. Goes like this. Inside of here, a little thread. Yep. Goes like that. Ew. And wedges into this. And that's what holds the bars straight. So this piece wedges inside the fork. Not a great design, if I'm being 100. But here's the stem. With that big quill bolt. That'll paint, wire brush that. It'll be clean enough to powder coat. Stem, no major damage. Of course, there's gonna be some flaws because you never know who's riding it. You know, this was found just on the side of the road, so no major damage though, except right here. I think it's on the top or the bottom. This one. You can see how it's not quite flat. It hit the ground or something on that bottom corner. But threads look good, threads are clean, which is awesome because then I don't have to clean them, which is so cool. That's like the happiest part about this is the threads look perfect, which is awesome. All the paint's still inside of there. Yeah, that's cool. That's gonna be shiny. Inside there will be shiny. Just after rubbing alcohol. Yeah, be cool. Top piece, a little bit beat up. I'm gonna have to sand on that a little. Probably. Sand it with a brick. That'll make it. That'll flush it out. Huh? No, probably just paint stripper, wire brush, and then probably whatever sandpaper I have to just knock it down so it's not, so you don't catch it. You'll probably be able to see it, but you won't be able to get it with your nail. All that goes in the rubbing alcohol. To sit. Probably, I really don't know how long. Probably 30 minutes. Then I'll take it out and clean it. I got through most of the spokes. Most of the spokes are pretty good condition after I scraped them all. If you're wondering how I got them clean thus far, I'm trying to show you the process in which I do. I doubt I can do it watching through the camera, but that's all I did right here. Just scraped it clean. I do not advise anybody try this. If you do, wear a pair of leather gloves, some eye protection, and a second pair of leather gloves over your leather gloves. Just putting it on camera how I do it. This is not a suggestion. And it just scrapes it clean. If you just paint over it, it'll look terrible because there's grease and spray paint and who knows what else, soda, all sorts of things can be on one of these spokes. That's why I just scrape it. If you just use sandpaper right away, you'll clog up the sandpaper with all the crap that's on there. So you want, what I do is I scrape it first with a super dull blade, a blade that I've already scraped paint off the handlebars and the frame and the forks. You know, some I've already scraped a lot of paint with that. With that blade. Obviously not going to cut myself with it to show you, but it's super dull. You can't hardly cut yourself. Not a suggestion, just that's what I do. Is it easier to do it a different way? I'm sure. That's just the way I do it because I don't have to pay for this. You know, I bought this once for what, 50 cents a blade? And I've scraped how much paint off? It's a worthwhile investment for me. Okay. Well, come over here and look at this. Hopefully there's no hole in this container. How much do you use? Probably quite a bit. Probably more than I need to. I don't want to use any water. If you put water in it, that's alright. But I don't. The alcohol is pretty cheap. Okay, we'll start with this, I guess. Pull this out, clean it. At least wipe it down. See what I can get off of it first. more I get off now, the less stuff I'm gonna have flying all over the place when I'm scrubbing it with a wire brush. So. Some stuff you're not gonna get clean right away. You want to get it mostly clean though, at this point. Sometimes you gotta wipe some stuff off and then put it back in, let it sit a little bit longer. You know? And sometimes that grease just doesn't want to come off. Anything that has like major damage to it, I can't really repaint. But something like that, powder coat over that, it's no problem at all. There's no major damage, it's almost bent how it should be. And it was the front brake, so it works. It works. May as well paint it, right? Any of this stuff takes no effort at all to repaint. Like this right here, this spacer. Takes no skill to paint that. Anybody could. Some of the stuff isn't usable, some of it is. The big quill bolt, metal paint. Just scrub that with the wire brush. Clean all that rust. Repaint all that to brand new. Even in there. May as well, you know. Secret. Won't be long before I have this stuff painted. Painted and then sold to somebody who needs it. The forks are pretty bent. I don't think I'm gonna be messing with those. Some other stuff I'm gonna have to take a closer look at too. This has got pretty big dents in the race on the fork, bottom fork race. Usable probably, but it's pretty worn out. So maybe not. So the damage better on this now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that up. Maybe a file. I don't know if sandpaper will get it. Probably a file. I know, pretty boring, huh? I'm already at 30 minutes. You probably guys. There's probably nobody watching this right now, but you know what? That's what it takes. That's what I'm doing. Take this apart a little further. Another spacer. And put that back in there. And anything I can get with a wire brush right after this, that's what I'll do. Just scrub it with a wire brush. You guys probably are done watching. Ew. This says Falcon. And then China. That Falcon is cool. Maybe I should grind that China off there. Fill that in. Just so it says Falcon. Or lose one letter. Lose the A. So it says Falcon Chin. The Falcon Chin. You think anybody would notice that if I did that? Made it say chin and powder coat over it so it looks factory. I doubt anybody would notice. Probably think it was how it was supposed to be. Oh man, that was pretty gross. Talking about that Falcon Chin. You know what I mean? You already know about that Falcon Chin. I wish I could ask who was writing this, or who put that there. The story behind where some of the stuff comes from. Not that it truly matters on a, bike somebody threw away and it doesn't really care about, clearly. It just gives me something to paint, put on eBay and sell. It's pretty much all that does for me. I think I can let the rest of that sit for a little. It's pretty bad. The bearings can sit. Well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna probably scrape some of this paint off or get a wire brush. The handlebars, I got all the paint off already. I'm gonna need to sand them a little bit. I do think one of them is bent. I'm gonna have to make like a rack or something. Yeah, one of them is bent. You guys can't see it, but the right one is bent down 3 degrees, 3 to 5 degrees. The right side. Yeah, it's fixable. There's no creases or nothing in it. Doesn't look like it got bent. I could probably bend it back without making it any worse. Doesn't look like it went back. Just went down. Which is fortunate. These will look good. They look like they're 7-inch rise by 30. I might have to get creative